What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I do hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another Lord of the Rings Online video. You guys that have been following me for a little while will know that I absolutely adore Lord of the Rings Online and its sister game DDO. I seem to be stuck in this never-ending vortex of these games at the moment, so I love covering them and giving them as much exposure as possible. And well, today's video is not going to be an exception to that, because one thing that you'll notice with these two games is over the years, as you know, time, technology, progression for more sort of newer MMOs have come about, these two games have been kind of beaten with the same stick, both DDO and Lotro. And that stick is the fact that the performance is shocking, you know, the graphics are old, the developers don't necessarily know what they're doing, they can't fix this, fix that. And I've always said that despite the issues with this game, and despite a lot of the opinions and negative opinions of this game just not necessarily being totally true, there is some elements of truth for, you know, the lag and just general the clunkiness of the game. But one thing that you cannot deny the developers is just how passionate these guys and girls are for these projects, and just how giving they are for these projects too. Now, what I'm referring to is the fact that as of recently, all the way up until the start of November, I believe, there is a code that you can use within the game that will give you access to a monumental amount of content. And I'm not over exaggerating when I say that. The content that this coupon, this code, which I'll put on screen shortly, will give you access to is really, really extensive. In fact, it almost covers pretty much every single adventure pack in the game, bar the most recent expansions. Now, with Lotro, previously, you could still play the game free up until about level 70, level 85, I think was the sort of maximum. And after that, you'd essentially be forced to pick an option. You know, are you going to go VIP to unlock the rest of the quest packs, or are you going to essentially just come up with the money and pay for those quest packs yourself? Or, you know, you can grind Lotro points in game, but it will take you a fair amount of time. Well, this coupon completely negates all of that. This is the developers' way of saying thank you for sticking with us. Thanks for giving us our game a try if you ever had in the past. And, you know, maybe you're one of those people that got to a certain cutoff point where you weren't entirely convinced about VIP, you didn't really want to pay for anything, and perhaps you felt that you wanted more content to play through. Well, now the game essentially has been opened up for you, no cost to yourself. You download Lotro, free to play, put the code in, and you are covered. And I'm going to show you now what you're covered for, because there are a lot of developers in the MMO space and a lot of games that I have covered over the years. And I have to say that Standing Stone Games, for all of their faults, which there aren't too many, to be fair, I really do enjoy what the company, you know, practices and what they try and do, but I really feel like you can't deny their generosity. And I don't know many games or many developers or many studios that are willing to give away this amount of content for free at any point. So with that said, let's jump into the transaction screen, because I've already entered the code, and I'll show you what it covers. So as you can see, for the purpose of this video, I've started a completely new character, and the reason for that is I want to now play through all of the content that I've been given access to here completely free. I personally really enjoy subbing to VIP to this game, because I enjoy supporting the studio, the developers, the game in itself, because if you enjoy something and you don't want it to go away, you need to support it. The game runs on a source of revenue. However, I want to play this character as far as I can through the content that I've been given access to very, very kindly via SSG. Now, the coupon code that you're looking for is Explore Our World, and this coupon is only valid until the beginning of November, so you've still got a fair amount of time. But just look at the sheer amount of content that this covers, all the way from Gondor, both East, West, Central, Old Anorian, Far Anorian. These are all regions, quest packs. Some of the most relevant raids and instances are even offered at a discounted rate, which you can pick up for 99 Lotro points, which I think I've actually done at the top here. Yeah, I haven't got the second one, but I've picked up the quest pack for Gondor Renewed, which is normally, again, a paid quest pack, but heavily reduced down to 99 Lotro points. For a reference, a lot of these quest packs here are normally in the hundreds, if not thousands, of Lotro points. It would, in terms of tangible money, if I work on Great British pounds, it would cost you a lot of them. So even if you're not in the mindset to play Lotro right now, I would definitely download it, log in, put the code in, even just have access to it for a later time. You can see the list goes on and on all the way through the Vales of Anduin, Blood of Azog, Yonder Shot. Look how many quest packs you get access to. The content that these guys and girls are giving you right now will set you up for, to some of you, I'm being dead serious, this content will set you up for your longevity of just playing the game. There are not many people I know that play Lord of the Rings Online that see this game through on one character to level cap, which is 150 going on, I assume, to 160 at some point, and that's it. There are not many people that just get to end game on one character and see it all the way through. So many people, including myself, will get to level 60, re-roll another character for a different class, get to level 30, try something else, go a different path. You know, you can see here I'm in the Before the Shadow area on my Elf Hunter, just doing something different. And that's the beauty of having this content available, is that you can relax. You can, if you don't want to, you know, feel like you've got to play all the time because your VIP is burning down, or you've got to, you know, come up with some money to fund another quest pack or an expansion, this is the best way to do it. Put the code in now. It doesn't cost you a penny, and I promise you, you will thank yourself later on, because above all else, even if this content wasn't free, it is really well crafted. And you're talking about handcrafted content that people actually have cared enough to study the source material and build the game around. These are people that know their craft, they know Tolkien, they know the world, they know what the players want. Yes, the game is rough around the edges at times. Lag has, of course, been a consistent issue. The game is getting on, but at an absolute core, there is a reason why this is still one of my favorite, if not my favorite, MMORPG today. And with the content they're giving you, there is absolutely no excuse to just not, at the very least, check this game out. I have always said from the very beginning, when I started covering both Lord of the Rings Online and DDO, that despite some of the flaws of the games and the company, SSG are very self-aware. They are really, really compassionate. They want to, these people want people to enjoy their worlds as much as they do. And I feel like this really, really comes across. They are very in touch with the community. They're very much in touch with the game. And I feel like this is a massive, massive undertaking. I mean, if any of you guys know of any other developers or any other studios that are willing to give away this level of content, essentially giving away this amount of revenue, because, you know, these guys would have made money off of this if they hadn't have given it away. This is a big thing. And then by all means, you know, point me some names down below in the comments. But if you're a Tolkien enjoyer, if you've tried Lotro before, but it's just not been your cup of tea for whatever reason, or you've been worried about, oh, the game's going to nickel and dime me, I need to pay for this, that, and the other, the game's not really free to play, well, this is the best way to combat that. Put the code in, enjoy the game, and just, you know, message a couple of your buddies, get people in the game playing. And like I said, even if you don't plan on playing the game right now, put the code in, park it for another time, because you've only got until November to do so. And yeah, don't miss out, and pick up those expansions as well. Pick up some of the reduced expansions, reduced quest packs, sorry, within the Lotro store. That's all I've got to say, just a bit of awareness. The game is, in my opinion, in a really, really good playable state. I really love the content we've got access to. It has its hit and miss moments with lag. I'm not going to sit here and deny, you know, oh, it never lags, it never crashes, it never whatever. But for the most part, what's here is really, really good. It's very, very Tolkien. It's very, very well thought out and planned. And there's a lot of passion here. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.